Hi guys, it's Brett from Charge Gaming, and today I'll be showing you the Annihilation 2.0 update. So this update's taken a long time to come out, and I'm really happy to say that it's finally here. So this video will cover some of the new changes that will be in the update. Right, so one of the new major features is the brand new Annihilation lobby. Now when you right click the villager, it will send you to a magical village. This new lobby is the gateway to everything Annihilation. When you right click the compass, it will bring up a load of the games that are in voting, so you can just click to join any one of those. Then the Blazer Rod toggles players' invisibility, the Diamond Sword lets you join competitive matches, the book manages your preferences, which I'll explain more later, and the parkour block is, you guessed it, for parkour, and the sand is to join any test games that are up. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys some of the new preferences, which are a handy little feature, but first I'm going to get straight into a game. Okay, so once you're in, you can type /pref, which will bring up the menu that I just showed you. Okay, first up is the death alerts, which basically tell you who's been killed and by what class. You can scroll through them like so. Next up are the Nexus alerts. These are the things that tell you whether you've damaged an enemy's Nexus or not. And the compass allows you to choose whether you spawn with it or not. These effects take place when you do /kill, by the way. The Force Team helmet option is another nice little trick. When it is enabled, whatever colour team the player is on, it will show that helmet colour, so you won't have to rely on name tags anymore. However, if they are wearing an iron or diamond helmet, you won't be able to see it. The chat messages icon allows you to toggle on and off chat messages as a whole. The effects tab, as before, lets you change your kill particles and sounds if you're premium only. The hotbar item allows you to customise your hotbar, which can be really handy. This is quite fiddly and takes some time to get used to, but you can pretty much just rearrange your entire hotbar. You can move your class abilities around, your spades, your picks, your bows, your swords, pretty much everything. And the promotional messages icon lets you turn off those annoying announcements. Okay, before I talk about the stuff we've all been waiting for, I'm going to talk about the new rank system. Okay, so when I type /rank, it will give me a list of my rank, pretty much all the information there. Currently I'm unranked, and it will show you how many points I've got, how many points to the next rank, and what level the next rank is. So basically, you get points for winning the game, getting kills and stuff like that. And what these points do are allow you to unlock new classes, just like the Handyman, as it shows here. Another thing I want to point out is that if you do stand still for too long, you'll be kicked for being AFK. Okay everyone, for this next section of the video, you guys need to deep breathly, just like I am, and try to keep your hype contained as we take a look at the 7 new classes! Oh my god, 7 new classes! I apologise guys for that, but it's out of my system now, so let's just jump straight in and check out the Bard class. Alright, I caught a glimpse of the Bard class, and from what I've seen it looks absolutely amazing. Alright, so here I am going into the portal, ready to pick the Bard. And the way to tell it's the Bard is it has a music disc. It says, "You are the music. Use your instruments to give buffs to your teammates or cause chaos amongst your enemies." Let's find out. The class spawns with something called a buff box, which gives you access to 4 different songs. Each one of these songs does something different. They can either help your team or hurt the enemy. Okay, so the first music disc is called Invigorate, which means to give strength to, and this sends out an awesome tidal wave of music notes, which I think looks absolutely amazing. Honestly, the best thing about the class is the musical notes. But what it does, it gives you regeneration. So any time you're inside the 10 block radius of the music, it will give you regen 1, which is really handy if you're in a team's mid base or something and needs the extra hearts. Alright, the next musical song is called Enlighten, and what this does is give teammates near you speed 1. So this kind of thing would be handy around mid base if you're running away to get somewhere, or maybe if you're running up to the Nexus or something, or just basically around anywhere in the battle, because I always like a nice bit of speed, you know. The next song is Intimidate, which will only work against enemies. When this is activated, it gives any enemies weakness 2, which is really, really powerful. I mean, weakness 1 is bad alone, but weakness 2 means you won't be able to do anything. So you could just place this at mid, and you'd be fine, especially around the Nexus. Yeah. The last song is Shackle, which when activated, it will give any enemies near you slowness. This is really good if they're trying to run away from you, and you have a bridge or something, you just want to place it in the middle. You can also reclaim the buff box to place it down somewhere else. However, this will give you a 10-second cooldown before you can place it down again. I can officially say that the Bard class is now my new favourite class, as the particle effects are just so cool and the effects it gives you are just really good in general. I found a few tips, guys, for you. If you place them outside TPs, they can be really effective on your teammates, as they can just come straight through the TP and have instant effects. Also, if you place like a slowness buff or a weakness buff on the entrance of your nexus, like just where the walls are, it can really help against defending your team. Another thing I found was that they have a 40-second cooldown between switching songs, so try not to do that too much, and enemies can break them. The next class we're going to look at is the Spider class. You are the web. Enable the web ability to create a wall of vines in front of you and above you. These vines can be climbed by friendly and foe alike. The Spider class spawns with 12 cobwebs and the web ability. These cobwebs can easily be placed down, and they're really good at stopping enemies from charging into your base. You can place them down at the front of your nexus, or anywhere you want really, and it will slow them down. However, they can easily be destroyed, you can just tap them with your sword and they'll break. However, if you do run out of cobwebs, you can just hop over to the weapon shop and buy some more. The web ability that the spider gets allows you to climb up buildings and walls. All you've got to do is right click it and you're able to just climb up those bad boys. This is really good. You could just completely get over an enemy's wall or a nexus or anything. Things to keep in mind is that it has a 45-second cooldown and it lasts for 30 seconds, the entire ability, so really you're wasting 15 seconds for it to be used again. The bad thing about the class is that enemies can easily follow you up the webs, as they only decay once you leave them. So overall, I'd say the Spider class is really good at getting past enemies' defences, and it's just quite a flexible class to play. Alright, the next class we're looking at is the Sniper. You are the Rain. Armed with your elite bow, you can either inflict 50% more damage with assassin arrows or confuse your enemies with suppression arrows. When your special arrows are on cooldown, the Sniper's bow functions like any other bow, except it won't break. So what this essentially means is that you get two different types of arrows. You can scroll through them by clicking your bow, and at the bottom of the screen it will tell you which one you're using. I'm not entirely sure what the suppression arrow does. Apparently it's meant to confuse the enemy, but all I found is that it makes a funny noise, which is pretty hilarious. The assassin arrows, on the other hand, do 50% more damage, which is a heck of a lot. Literally, you can kill a full lever in a few hits. These special arrows have a 10-second cooldown before you can reuse them again. To tell the difference between the two arrows, the assassin arrow has more of an end 3 particles, whereas the suppression looks more like smoke. The class looks like a really good class if you're good at shooting people. However, the suppression arrow isn't really fixed yet, so I'd wait until people buy that. The next class is the Alchemist. You are the brew. Set up your own personal brewing stand anywhere to brew in peace, but keep it away from enemies as they can break it. Your Alchemist tomb will provide you with potion ingredients every 90 seconds. So this class is for the players that take potion making seriously. So yeah, as it says in the tin, this class spawns with an alchemist stand that you can just place down and use without pesky teammates stealing from you. The brewing stand is private even when you're not using it, so you can just leave it lying around any way you want. This means you can just leave your potions brewing while you run off to kill the witch a few more times. The next item that the alchemist gets is the alchemist tomb. What this does is every 90 seconds you can open it up and it gives you a load of different potion ingredients. Some of the stuff I found is magma cream, spider eyes, sugar, and gas tears, and loads of other stuff, but the bad side to it is that sometimes it gives you a load of random rubbish like zombie flesh. Overall, I'd say this class is really good for potion makers, as you don't have to keep going around and buying the ingredients. The next new class is the Mercenary. The Mercenary spawns with a chain helmet and an item called Mark of Death. What you can do with this Mark of Death item is go up to an enemy player and right click them. This will essentially mark them to be killed. What this will do is strip them of their armour and give them a wither helmet. However, they still will actually have their armour, it will just look like they won't to you. If an enemy player has been marked, then anyone on your team will be guaranteed crit hits. So virtually everyone on your entire team will deal more damage when they hit an enemy player. This ability is really good, as if you get strength rushed by a rusher, a mercenary can simply mark their prey and your team can obliterate them. The next class I'm going to show you is the Dasher. You are the Glitch. Blink to any locations 5 blocks in front of you at the cost of 2 hunger chunks. Your hunger slowly replenishes itself without eating, though eating replenishes it faster. So what this means, guys, is that you can use your blink ability to walk through walls or other structures, which is a really good little ability. It means that you can just bypass enemy defences, or if you're escaping from someone, just simply pass through the wall. However, be careful guys, because this class can be really buggy, and you might end up killing yourself. Also be aware that every wall he goes through, it does 2 hearts of damage, so if you go through a wall that's 5 blocks long, it will kill you. Next class I'm going to show you is the all-powerful wizard. You are the knowledge. Utilise your understanding of the dark arts to change the tide of the battle. Use your spellbook to study 1 of 4 available spells. Using the wand will cast the spells you have studied. Alright, so to summarise, you spawn with this magic spellbook, and you can select some different spells, and these spells will be able to use through your magic wand. Okay, so here's the list of all the spells. First up is Whirlwind, where you can blast enemies back with knockback. Then Flame ignites enemies on fire for 6 seconds. Darkness gives them Wither for 8 seconds. Slowness gives them Freeze and Mining Fatigue for 7 seconds. And Missile does 5 points of true damage. So when you cast this Whirlwind spell, it will send you flying in a different direction. This is really good if you're on like a sky bridge or a bridge with an enemy player. You just want to like push them back or knock them straight into the void. And it's like right laugh to do this. The Flame spell is similar to the Pyro, as it sets fire to enemy players. This is good if you want to confuse the player and deal quite a bit of damage to them. The Darkness spell gives enemy players the Wither effect, and it takes away a couple of hearts worth of damage. The Freeze spell is really good, as it gives enemy players Slowness 3 and Mining Fatigue 3, which means they'll have a right struggle trying to run away. And finally, the Missile spell just hurts enemy players for a few hearts of damage. So yeah, all in all, I think the Wizard is a really good class, and it's really handy if you're on like a battlefield, especially the Slowness spell if someone's trying to run away from you. Some of the more smaller class changes includes putting the Assassin back to the way it was. This means it gets a really high leap and has a 45-second cooldown, so you can turn around and backstab players when they can't see you. You'll all be glad to know that the Scout has finally been nerfed. Now when the Scout wears Iron Tier or Diamond Tier armour, he loses his speed ability, so he won't be able to run away so easily next time. That's all for the classes for now guys. I'm sure I've missed something, so just comment below if I have. Now we can move on to some other stuff. Another feature they added is that when you press tab, all names will now have the team name next to them. Another cool thing they added was the ability to create clans. To do this, you have to go on the shopbook website and buy it through the XP shop. This will allow you to create a clan tag, and you can set up ranks and everything. Another feature they added was competitive matches, but I'm not going to get into that now. I'll explain that in another video. Thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and remember the update is literally just come out, so I'm sure they'll fix a few things over the coming weeks. I'll be back to show you more update videos when the next one gets released, but in the meantime make sure you check out our class reviews which will be coming soon. So as always guys, give us a like, give us a sub and give us a comment. I'll see you guys next time.